In this exercise, I'm going to ask you to complete the same task twice. The task I'd like you to complete is this. Here is a jumble of numbers. I'd like you to find one by one the numbers that will allow you to count up sequentially, as in 1, 2, 3, and so on, and to see how high you can count in 30 seconds. Then I will add something to this jumble of numbers and ask you to do it again. Let's begin. To get you started, I will show you that the first number, 1, is here. Now, you have 30 seconds, starting now. Now that you've completed that step, I am going to add something to the jumble of numbers. With this grid in place, I'd like you to repeat the exercise. Again, you have 30 seconds starting now. I have run this exercise numerous times, and here is one profile of the results that reflect the general pattern found in all the times I have run this exercise. For Richard, on his first count he was able to only count up to 3, while in his second attempt with this grid in place, he was able to count up to 10. For Jean, she was able to count up to 4 on the first count, while with the grid in place, she was able to count up to 25 on the second attempt. With Lucy, she counted to 5 on the first count, and with the grid in place, she was able to count up to 107. In order to account for this difference between the first and second attempts, I am now going to show you how the sequence unfolds. As you can see, there is a pattern to how the numbers are laid out that is hidden by the jumble. When I questioned these participants about the differences between their first and second attempts, they had these responses. Richard answered that it was easier for him to focus with the grid, and that helped him count higher. Jean answered that it was easy to search box by box, so she could count higher. Lucy, on the other hand, who counted the highest, said, "I found the pattern. If I had more time, I would have found and counted all the numbers." Now let's look at the role of the grid in that exercise. It was obvious that the grid had a profound impact on the performance of the participants. The number to which they were able to count before using the grid and after using the grid were significantly different. So what exactly did the grid do? The grid did 2 things. 1. It made it easier to search for the next number in the sequence by adding a structure which could be used to assist the search. 2. When participants used that structure in conducting their search, that in turn made visible the underlying pattern that was hidden by the jumble of numbers. Now their search could follow that revealed pattern and move forward without being distracted by all the other numbers. Think of change management as playing the role of the grid. One key effect of the work that change management teams do should be to provide the jumble of activities that swirl around change initiatives with a structure for the sequential unfoldment of the changes within the organization. To underscore the importance of structure, let's use this analogy. Think about any piece of music. Let's take Beethoven's Fifth Symphony for this example. All music is made up of notes. You could take the very same notes that make up Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, and if you just scrambled the structure and jumbled the notes and played them out of order, you would instantly transform that beautiful piece of music into just noise and would go from harmony to cacophony.